Idaho Matters podcast is brought to you by St. Luke's On-Demand Virtual Care, which allows patients to see a provider from their home using a computer or smartphone with on-demand care for common ailments, such as a cough, sore throat, or a sinus issue. More information at stlukesonline.org.
Think you've missed too much of the Idaho legislative session to catch up? Not even close. Our Legislative Roundup newsletter is following the biggest budget decisions, key debates, and everything else happening at the State House in one quick read every Monday. It's not too late to stay informed. Subscribe today at boisestatepublicradio.org.
As America turns 250 years old this year, and many are reflecting on our country's past, we wanted to take a closer look at Idaho's history, which reflects the breadth of the American experience. Discovering more about the places we see and touch in our daily lives can create deeper connections with our home and with our community. So, we're taking a deep dive into the history of Boise, one small piece at a time, with our America 250 Short Histories of Boise project. Every Monday in Idaho Matters, we'll bring you a snapshot of a small corner of our capital city and its unique past. So today, we're exploring Spaulding Ranch. Have you ever been to Spaulding Ranch on Boise's West Bench? Maybe you've attended the annual Fall Festival and Pumpkin Patch, or you've just driven past and wondered what stories live behind that fence on Cole Road. The 20-acre stretch, not far from Capitol High School, connects us to the Treasure Valley's agricultural roots. Long before the surrounding neighborhoods took shape, this land belonged to the Spaulding family. Its wide open space recalls a time when farms dotted the bench. At the turn of the 20th century, Mary and Almond Spaulding owned a much larger farmstead here. They came from Wisconsin and moved to Idaho in 1890, where they made Boise home. Mary Spaulding stood out as one of the city's first female doctors. She ran a practice in downtown Boise, and she advertised her services in local newspapers as a physician and surgeon willing to make house calls. She also showed up for her community as a member of the Columbian Club and supporter of women's suffrage. Her husband, Almond, worked as a conductor on the city's early electric streetcar system. The Spauldings purchased the Cole Road property in the 1890s. Over the years, they built and remodeled their home and added a barn and silo, structures that still stand today. A tenant farmer worked the land, raising crops and tending a small dairy herd. Dr. Mary Spaulding passed away in 1919, and Almond just a few years later. The Spaulding heirs eventually sold the property, and future development claimed much of the original acreage. What remains of the Spaulding Ranch as we know it today offers a rare glimpse of the bench's rural past, and it keeps the Spaulding name firmly rooted in Boise history. To learn more about the Spaulding Ranch, visit the City of Boise's website at cityofboise.org. The America 250 Short Histories of Boise project is brought to you in collaboration with the City of Boise's Department of Arts and History, with support from Boise State University's History 502 class, and music provided by the City of Boise's Cultural Ambassador, the Boise Philharmonic. The music, John Williams' Liberty Fanfare, was recorded by the Boise Phil in 2025. And that'll do it for this episode of Idaho Matters. Make sure you check out our podcast feed because you can find more episodes of topics that might be interesting to you. And for more local news and headlines, make sure you subscribe to the Connector podcast. Just by listening, you're helping to support public radio right here in Idaho. And I want to say a big thank you for that.